So the question of the day is whether you should be thinking of moving to Vegas in 2020 or 2021, especially with what's going on in the world. It might be interesting to think about it. There might be some good reasons to come here. There might be some really good reasons to stay away. So we're going to cover all the good reasons to come here, the good reasons to stay away, be objective as we possibly can, as positive as we can, without going overly negative, without going overly positive. It's going to be complicated, okay? But that's okay. My name is Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. I'm a YouTuber. I do stuff. I'm supposed to say I'm a vlogger, according to people in the comments. But to me, guess what? 85 to 90% of all the traffic is video, they say, going forward into the future. So we're just going to use the term interchangeably. If you guys want to comment below, tell me if you would move to Las Vegas if you could, or if you would stay way, way far away. We do have our Vegas haters, as I've explained in a different live stream that I do. You guys can be in the credits of the video. Head on over to Patreon to do that. You can also go over to the Facebook group. That's a free thing where you can chat about Las Vegas stuff. You can also go over to the Teespring store, do merchandise, whatever. You guys can just comment, like, share, hit the bell for notifications. And the question is, should you be moving to Vegas in 2020 or 2021? And this is a little bit different than what it was in 2008. So let's go back to 2008 to explain something about what happened in 2008. Without getting into the, meat and potatoes about what happened, we'll just give you the appetizer version. 2008 saw a major, economic crash in the United States. It pulled some parts of the world with it, but it wasn't like what we're going through right now. Canadians had no problem with housing markets. Some parts of the country were very protected and insulated. Some parts were devastated. Vegas was one of those places. But now what we have here, and that was because of, bad mortgages, bad loans, lots of people working for tips in Vegas, getting houses they couldn't afford, taking the trusting unscrupulous realtors and lenders. Those people are gone. That situation doesn't really exist anymore. You have to verify the heck out of your income to own a house. Most people that are late on mortgages right now, they're not going to have any problem, probably not lose their house. So we're not going to be in the same situation that we were. The difference between 2008 and 2020 and 21 and 22 going forward is that everybody's in the same boat altogether. Whereas before there might have been pockets of Texas, or especially out in the East Coast in Maryland, because government and DC always seems to make jobs for themselves. There is always going to be somewhere you can go in a situation like 2008. If you're a handyman, great. Go to where all the people still have the money and go be a handyman. Travel across the country, restart your life. The thing is, you're not going to do that this time. You're not getting away with it that easily this time. Everybody's in the same boat. Vegas has a quarantine. This place has a quarantine. There's not one place on the planet that hasn't been hit by this. Well, who knows? Is it going to become a global recession? Depression? It's already a recession. I sure hope not. But that's the difference between then and now. So now that you know the basics about the differences between the two, we can talk about the kind of people that might want to actually move here in 2020 and 2021. And if you don't hit all of these different metrics, that's totally okay too. You don't have to hit everything to consider moving here, but these are some good indicators that you might be successful in Vegas. First thing that you want to think of, are you in a position where you're a professional? Or are you in a position where you're going to be starting off from scratch and you might be working a service industry job, which is totally fine. Lots of people start off in the service industry. They work their way up into management, and they make their money, and they get their investments, and they retire wealthy. There's nothing wrong with being in the service industry. Trust me, I've done it. Most people that started, that now drive around in the Bentleys of the world, there's a Bentley right beside me, they started off in the service industry. But if that's where you're starting from when you come to Vegas, you might have a bit of a hard time, especially if you're going to be planning on working in the hotels. If you're a professional, on the other hand, you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, you practice something that's very specialized, you have a highly skilled thing that you do, or you own a business and you're incredibly good at your business, and there's a demand for the business in Las Vegas, and there is still demand for business in Las Vegas. Like, I work in marketing and advertising here at the magazine that I work with, and I'm good at communicating, making phone calls, talking to people, finding solutions, giving them answers, and it's all a sales pitch. Life is a sales pitch. Get over it. You say you're not selling anything, well, you're selling me on the idea that you're not selling anything. That's what you're doing right now. But if you're good at something, you can come to Vegas. You can be successful. We still need healthcare industry workers. Everybody's going to need those, especially heavy going forward. There's still a need for lawyers, and if you're a good lawyer and you're able to talk to people and network yourself, you're going to get clients for your law practice. We still need plumbers, electricians, auto mechanics, good ones. You can still come out here, and if you have the capital, you can start your own business. This is a very business-friendly climate, so you'd be fine to come out to Las Vegas. On the other hand, if you're coming in here and your job is going to be casino focused, well, just know, like, there's companies like MGM Resorts that are looking at doing permanent layoffs, meaning that those people will probably be called back if they ever have a job for them in the future, which they will. Let's be honest. This is not a permanent thing. It's not going to last forever, although it may last for years. We don't know. We don't have the data yet, quite frankly. And anybody who tells you it's going to be opened or closed at this time, and they don't know either, so don't listen to them. Trust me on this. I say trust me. Do your independent research, though. This is going to go on for a long time, and nobody has a crystal ball. They don't have a magic 8-ball to tell. So wherein you're coming into the casino industry, you want to become a dealer. You've always wanted to become a dealer. Well, that might be tough for you to come in to be a dealer. Or, you've worked your whole life in the service industry, cleaning rooms, and you're very good at it, and you want to get a job in management. Well, that's going to be a tough nut to crack right now. Restaurants aren't even open up, most of them here. A lot of the fast food places, if you're in that industry, those places are just doing curbside or pickup, or now some of the restaurants have it so if you don't drive a car, you can at least walk up to the door and get your food in a bag. But those people are going to be recovering for a very long time. There's cleaning services here. They're all vying so hard to get business. They clean offices, they clean homes, they clean everything. We just opened up most of the professional offices. We're considered a professional office. We're considered media, so we're considered essential, apparently. I guess. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's the way I see it. But those people are constantly sending us emails trying to get us to buy their services where we already have a person. So what does that mean? If the amount of email flyers we get for that industry goes way up, those people don't have the work that they want. If those people don't have the work that they want, it may be difficult for you to come out here and be in that industry. So those are the two types of people that might be coming out here. You have the third type of person as well. You have the person who's retiring, and those people are actually in a great place right now too. So you have two types of groups that are in a great place and one that's not in such a great place. You have the kind of person that has a job that's in demand, that's a professional, that's a specialty. They're going to have no problem coming out here and likely getting clients and working because they do something very specialized. Now, you have another type of person who's a retiree. Retirees are not working right now if they have pensions, and some people have more than one. If you're smart, you go into the military, do your time, get a pension. Then you go work for a company, do some more time, get a pension. Now you have two pensions. Or you have a 401k that you have grown over the last 30 years, or you managed your money and you saved it well. You can buy a house out here incredibly cheap in either case. Right now, the house that we moved out of with the help of you guys on the channel, so God bless you all for that. I really mean it. I'm forever gratefully indebted to every person that pitched in on that project. That house just dropped in $10,000 in price. That house has been on the market now for 90 plus days. That house would be selling within a few days, just about 6 months ago. That house is sitting vacant on the market right now. So with that house being vacant and other houses dropping in value, but no foreclosures happening, you're looking at a real estate market that's going to recede back 15, 20, 30%. Who knows where the bottom limit is? Now, if you buy a house right now and they've dropped 10% and you wait and they go up, then you could have bought a house for 10% less. They could go back up in 6 months. We don't know. If you wait longer, you're playing a guessing game. If you need if you need professional advice from a realtor, I can connect you with a great friend of mine named Josh. He's not a sell guy. He just answers questions. He hopes that you use him as a realtor when it gets to the bottom line and you want to move out here. If you want to rent out here and you want to see what the climate's like, he can set you up with that too. But those are the two people that are really well focused on coming here and having a good time. The other person, like I said, you're going to have to work in a service industry job because you don't have a ton of experience right now, and that's okay. I mentioned that before. I don't hate on anybody for that. Trust me. I work commission based only at my job every single day of my life. I don't have a base pay, but I would consider myself professional when it comes to sales, marketing, and advertising. I know you can come out here and you can rent for cheap now, cheaper than it has been. And in terms of rents, you're still in a good place to come out to Vegas if you are going to rent. If you're going to be renting out here in the Valley, you're going to be paying less than California, Colorado, Arizona, Oregon, Washington, pretty much any state around us with the exception of maybe Utah. But Utah has very, sparse population density, and it's a very interesting state to study in terms of demographics and that kind of thing. So we may be coming up to a 10-minute limit. I might have to start my camera. You might see a little cut. So if you're coming out here to do that kind of thing and you're going to rent a house, yeah, you can rent a house. It's a little bit less than it was. I think the price per square foot is still somewhere around $1 per square foot or a little less. So you're going to be looking at that. But then again, if you don't have the job because you don't have a demand for your job, it's going to be really tough for you guys to move out here. This is quite the contrary to last spring. Last spring on the channel, I made a video, and the video was focused on the job market in Las Vegas. At the time, we had like 3.1% unemployment. It was the best unemployment levels we've ever had as a country as a whole, and as a city, and as a state. Now, all these different sectors were booming. Retail was booming. Minerals were booming. Like resources were booming. Manufacturing was through the roof. Transportation was off the charts. All of these things were great. And this doesn't mean they're not going to be great again. It just means that until the rest of the economy catches up across the country, what happens in Vegas doesn't always stay in Vegas. So it's going to be difficult to find, for the time being, quite possibly, a good paying job if you don't have a ton of experience. Now, what if you want to come out here and you're working for a company? Call the company up. Ask them if they have a relocation. You want to go to Las Vegas. They may have positions open. They may even pay you some money to relocate out here. That happens all the time, but you don't know until you make that initial phone call. And that's another option if you're not a professional, but you work for a company, but you get paid well there, but you want to move to Las Vegas. If they have a job waiting for you out here, do it. Do it, do it, do it. Get with my realtor, get a rental. He'll help you get a rental, or get a house that you can own. He'll help you get a house. There's lots of ways to get a home, even almost with no down payment money nowadays. And try to make the move to Vegas, but don't be discouraged under any means, because discouragement means that you stop dead in your tracks. If you hit the wall, just try to find a way around the wall. You know, that's all it is. Watch American Ninja Warrior. They try 5 times to get up that wall sometimes. I miss regular sports, don't you? But those are the considerations for moving to Las Vegas in 2020 and 2021, from a professional perspective where you have your job is in demand, and from a perspective of where maybe your job is not in demand. And that's it. I'm in my car today because I got to go to the office, and I woke up a little bit late, but I wanted to make this video for you guys to give you an idea. We'll be back on our live streams. We do them somewhere around 6:15. I get on the camera as soon as I can around 6, and we can always get you guys in the credits. Go over to Patreon if you guys want to do that thing. That would be great, helpful. Merchandise on the Teespring store. Free thing to do. Go and support us on the Facebook group. Join the Not Leaving Las Vegas group. You guys will have a blast, I guarantee you. We have great moderators. We post about Las Vegas all the time, and it's a good thing. My name is Steven. I am not leaving Las Vegas. This is the time of the video where I say 3, 2, 1, click, and I appreciate you guys for watching. Are you ready for this? 3, 2, 1, and here we go.